Welcome to Witchcast!
'Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we're your co-hosts of this, the Witchcast Podcast.
That's right. We're your learning, growing, ever-evolving novice witches here to explore everything under the woo-woo, esoteric, spiritual umbrella.
And what a wide and beautiful and sparkly umbrella it is.
Shing, shing, so sparkly.
And today we have a very special guest.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Yes, she is a Reiki master. She is a divination witch. She is back. She's Laura Lukos. Welcome!
Woo! I'm raising the roof.
Yay! The roof has been raised.
Yay! Oh, we're so happy to have you back.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Oh, you're a vision in green right now. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm so I'm very basic. I'm so happy it's fall.
Yes.
I can finally wear this little turtleneck. I'm like,
We're very big fans of fall over here.
Yeah,
I think everyone probably listening is also
autumnal
probably a
unit.
fan. Yeah, yes. And thank God it's finally cooled down because I know we're all in New York, like it's been really hot, unseasonably hot, and now we're like in a drought watch. It's I did a little rain spell yesterday around a bonfire, which is ironic. I don't know if that was like the best choice, but we had some things we needed to burn.
You did what you had to do, and listen, there's nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and say nothing wrong with like a counter element. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Yeah, it felt like it was just like one big giant candle, and this will be released in a couple weeks, so I'm very positive that it will rain since between now when we're recording and then when we release this. So you're welcome, everyone.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
How have you been, Laura? Like, what have you been up to? I know you're so busy. You're working with your partner Sutton, and you're also your own practice. Tell our listeners a little bit about what's been going on with you.
Oh my gosh, of course. Can I do a couple shameless plugs? Is that allowed?
It's encouraged.
Amazing.
Yes, we love it.
Yeah, doing good, rocking and rolling. It is a busy season for witches. I know it's a busy season for all of us, but there's definitely a couple of times a year where things really pick up, right? That's New Year, because of course it's like a fresh start. It's exciting, all of that. And then, Samhain, like Halloween time, everyone's like, ooh, the veil is thin. I got to get a reading. So it's very, very exciting. Excuse me, and very, very busy. So booked and blessed, as the kids say. And I've been working a lot. Yes, Sutton and I partner together. I love her, as you guys know. And then private readings. Then I work a lot at Sacred Space Astoria, which is just up on Ditmars. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's absolutely incredible. The space is stunning. The staff, Kim, the founder and owner, I love them all so much. They've created such a beautiful and truly sacred space. It's like one of those places you walk in and you feel it.
Yeah.
The vibes.
I'm writing this down. I'm not like leaving.
Field trip. Emily.
I mean, how have I not been there? I live like very nearby.
We have to go.
We gotta go. No, I just did a spell candle workshop there where we did an arts and crafts afternoon. Turns out I love to host an arts and crafts workshop.
Yeah.
So often I hope it happens again this year. Manifesting it. Kim, if you're listening, we're manifesting this. I usually do a January, early February vision board workshop. Such a fun way to kick off the year.
Yeah.
And then I just did
a
spell candle workshop where it was just like oils and essential oils and carving the candles and rolling in the herbs, and it was amazing. And at the end of the workshop, I think everything in the studio was just like covered in a thin layer of like olive oil and essential oils. It was awesome. But yeah,
love it.
Check out Sacred Space, anyone who's in New York City, Astoria. And then this upcoming when is this podcast coming out? A couple weeks?
Yeah. So this is, for our listeners, we're recording this before the election. We have just finished watching Agatha All Along. So you are a little ahead of us in time, and we hope you're good, and we hope everything's all right.
We hope the future is nice when we get there.
Oh, God. Talk about time travel.
Yeah. Hey, pals. Emily from the future, or I guess modern Emily, popping in from the editing booth just to say... Just didn't want to leave that untouched and let you know that we will be back with a post-election episode in 2 weeks from now. So, talk to you soon!
Yeah. So
This should go out probably the week of the 18th of November.
Oh my gosh, amazing! Yeah, so
yeah.
just keep your bananas peeled. I have a lot of in-person stuff at Sacred Space coming up. So
we will keep our bananas peeled. I love those.
Bananas peeled.
Really
My great grandma would say that. And I love it. It's unhinged.
It's so cute.
It's so perfect. We absolutely let's go.
Yeah.
We have to go. We'll come visit you. We'll take one of your courses.
Yeah, definitely.
Something.
That'd be really fun.
Yes. Everyone there is really incredible. It's like I'm gushing because it's amazing. So they have yoga, they have workshops, they have everything.
Awesome.
It is.
I'm gonna go
such
hang
a
out
joy.
immediately.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
should just
Kate.
go. Yeah, you should just go.
I'm
every
leaving
day.
right now. I'm going. Okay, bye. I love you guys.
Waving goodbye to M. I think it's always such a joy to find a metaphysical, witchy, occult shop, but then to find one that also has the best, warm, welcoming, inclusive vibes is a whole other level, I think. Because sometimes those shops can be really intimidating, even for a practice witch to walk into. You're like, I don't know how I feel about this, but when the vibes are good, they're good. That's awesome. Can't wait to check it out.
Yes.
It's amazing. But today you have many talents. You read tarot, you are a Reiki master, you are a very practiced witch. You are a crystal expert, as your beautiful display behind you shows, and when we first had you on in season 1 many years ago. But you also read Akashic records. And
I do.
That is very special that I know nothing about.
I'm so excited
really
to talk about them.
Yeah. We actually had a listener request specifically that we cover the subject. They were like, had gotten their Akashic records read, and it was like life-changing for them, and they were like, it would be so cool if you guys cover this. And I was like, Emily and I
can do that. And we also
exactly who to
would
call.
love to know more about it.
Yes.
So.
I love that. Did the guests have any particular questions or anything, or were they just like, oh my gosh, y'all, this is amazing, talk about it?
Yeah, it was more so, I think, the latter. They just
Amazing.
were going on about their incredible, experience when they had their records read. I'm trying to remember correctly, but I think they're based out in like the Southwest.
Ooh,
and
cool.
and so it was like a really life-changing thing for them, and they just thought it would be really cool if we went further into it with someone, and we were like, let's call Laura.
We're like, deal. Thanks for planning our season for us.
No, I love the Akashic records. So I always preface everything by saying, every healer, teacher, whoever you choose to work with, they're always going to have their own style. And I have very strongly my own style of things. I love to joke that I'm very like devil may care. I mean, not really. I hold things very sacred, but I don't hold things too precious. That's not proper English, but I think you know what I mean, right? Very, very sacred, but I want to just go all in and do it in a way that feels good for me and my clients and all of that. So every reader is going to be different. Everyone accesses the Akashic records differently. So I want to start by saying I was trained by Christina Cross, who is just a dream of a human being. And I do the pathway prayer process. And the person who discovered the pathway prayer process is called Linda Howe. So there's all different ways to access the records. Some people, go into a trance state. Some people use Reiki symbols. Some people, there's different pathway or accessing prayers or whatever. So that's a little bit about my lineage. And then I also am naughty. And so Linda Howe's pathway prayer definitely has a religious moment. I mean, she talks about God in the pathway prayer. And I think this is pretty interesting. We can talk as much or as little as we want about it. That language didn't resonate to me. And so I use the pathway prayer and I say, oh, Holy Spirit of light, because that's language that really resonated with me. So I think everyone does things a little bit differently. Hopefully I'm not excommunicated by anyone who hears this for making some minor alterations. But I found that really works for me. And I hope it would be okay because Linda Howe made her own prayer and I'm making it my own. And I think that's sort of the beauty of being a witch, just doing it your way. So that's a little bit about my lineage for anyone listening in. Because if we talk today and they're like, that's not how my reading went. Yeah, maybe not. Probably not. If you were, getting a reading from someone who is trained in a different process or just has a different relationship with the records. That's the beauty of something so outside of the box as the Akashic records. Now, ladies, do you know what the Akashic records are?
I was just gonna ask. No idea.
I know like the 2 sentences I think you said when you were on this podcast in 2019. So I think that I'm going to need a lot more information.
Sure. I keep picturing like actual records, like
yeah, and some people have that relationship with it. So it is hard to explain, but not hard to explain all at the same time. The whole point is that everything is energy, right? And our perceptions of things tell us that they're real. They are, but like this desk in front of me, it's real. My computer's on it. Also, if I knew more about science, I'd be able to tell you that's actually a bunch of particles moving. You know what I mean? Are we all,
Yeah.
I can't explain it in any more scientific detail because I have none.
The desk is made out of atoms and the atoms are connected for some reason.
For some reason they decided to be a desk. And so everything is moving, everything is energy. And so everything can be and is held in an energetic field that I call the Akashic records, and millions of other people do as well. That's, why we're here. And so in the Akashic records, everyone sort of has their own relationship with it. So some people really resonate with this idea that it's like this cosmic library. And I do love that. And I hear people talking about the library and they take the book off the shelf and they're opening the book and it's all, very, very beautiful imagery. When I open the records, I say the pathway prayer. I announce the records are open. And then I feel like myself and the client are in this deepened, more open state. Not a trance state, but not a trance state. Like you can feel the energy shift in the room, and then it's really an open conversation. So I open the records, and then that's sort of like, what are the records? I'm not going to be able to give you the scientific detail of like, it's this and here's the math. There is a whole book on it, and I literally could not read it. I'm a smart person, and I was like, oh, I don't care about this. No
there
offense,
are things you need to know, and there are things you don't need to know.
And you know what?
Hard relate.
Yeah, everyone has their own relationship, and I think for some people it's very important to them to understand the scientific aspects. Mm-hmm. And we can look it up if we want to link it for the listeners. Mm-hmm. But I think it's literally called like the science of the Akashic field.
Cool.
Something pretty straightforward.
We'll put it upon the Instagram and upon
we'll find
the website,
it. Yeah, we'll find it. We'll link it.
Nice.
I couldn't do it, and so that's as far as we're going to get for what are the Akashic records. It's really this energetic field that holds information, because everything we do has this ripple effect in energy. And even though I'm a tarot reader and a Reiki master and I do healing sessions with my hands, the Akashic records are the most woo-woo thing that I do. And I believe in crystal healing. Because I find with my other modalities, there's tangible, like, even though Reiki isn't my hands healing you, like you can feel the warmth of my hands, and you leave the Reiki session and you feel different, or you know what I mean? In tarot, we're touching cards. With crystals, we can hold the crystals, and sometimes there's just more tangible runes. You're holding a rune. And in the Akashic records, it's just you and me in a room talking.
Yeah, just feeling the vibes.
Just straight vibing for 60 minutes. Yeah, and so it's very interesting, but it's really just holding the energetic record of everything that's come before. And then a lot of people talk about it like past, present, and future. And I definitely think it holds future possibilities for us. But I often say, like I said, I'm not very precious with things. They're very sacred and important to me, but I'm not precious at all. I say to clients, like, if you start doing meth tomorrow, like, your future's going to look different.
You have the power to be like, I'm going to start doing meth tomorrow. And then,
yes. Because
this might not be relevant anymore.
Yeah, I think it's really, we all want to know what the future holds and how to find the path of our best future. And the Akashic Records and any divination tool is really good at that, but the future is not set in stone. So I also always like to say to people, none of this is fortune telling. So yeah, that's a little rambly, but that's just who I am, and that's a little bit about the records.
We brought you here because we want you to ramble as much as you want.
Yeah, they're very woo-woo, and that's what I love about them. It's just like some field you can't see, ladies. Get into it.
I'm into it. Okay, I have a bunch of questions.
Let's go.
Okay. What does an Akashic Records reading look like? Like, what is something that you might talk about in like one of these usually?
Oh, great question. So, excuse me. In an Akashic Records reading, I feel like a lot of people have maybe heard of it, and then they Google to do their research beforehand, which is beautiful because it's client-led. That's the way I do my readings. Because if you book a session with me, this is your time, and we're going to talk about what you want to talk about. So when I open the records first, so you come in, you do your research. I say for a 60-minute session, for me, I say 5 to 7 juicy questions or topics. And you can honestly ask anything of the records. I don't know if it's the best use of anyone's time or resources to be like, should I keep wearing yellow? You know what I mean? Like come with something juicy. Yeah. I find people often ask about career. They often ask about life purpose. It's not dissimilar to a tarot session, right? Life, love, path forward. And then also something in the Akashic Records that's really beautiful is we can go into past lives.
Yes. That's okay. Yeah. That's what I thought Akashic Records were about, but I'm glad to hear I'm so intrigued by how much more there is there.
Yeah, and so people can, will say, my daughter, do I have a past life connection with her? And then we go and we sort of figure out what it is, or they're like, my sister and I, we're just always butting heads. Is that rooted in a past life? And sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. And I'm not giving very good examples in the moment, but we try to ask open-ended questions in the records. That's how I was trained, and I feel that very deeply. It is such a vast field that it's more like why and how could this benefit me, or would there be struggles if I move forward? But it's not like, does he love me?
Yeah, yes or no questions are not maybe the most useful.
Not super useful, and I feel like that, you can, if that is guidance that you need, that, a rune or a tarot card, those are more suited for that. And also in the records, we're not really talking about anyone else. And I know that I just gave examples about other people. So you can talk about your relationship with them and things like that. But if people are like, oh, why do they keep doing this? I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have their records open, and it's a violation of their privacy to open their records without them. So, we can we can navigate relationships by, they have this pattern. Why do I keep reacting this way?
Yeah.
Or what can I do? And sometimes the answer is nothing, right? So, the Akashic Records are really helpful for pretty much any and all questions that aren't yes or no questions.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. And okay, let me know if I'm ever crossing a line into something that it's like you have to take a class for that. You open up the records and then you're talking about this question. What are the kinds of things that you're looking for or perceiving in that moment? Like, what is?
Sure. What's sort of happening on my end, right?
Yeah.
How are the messages being communicated to you?
Sure. So once again, every reader is going to be different. I say the opening prayer. This is exactly what I say to clients. I'm going to say the opening prayer. There's going to be some speaking. There'll be some silence. I'll clearly announce the records are open, and then we're going to begin. And so we close our eyes, or just, find something to gaze upon. If closing the eyes doesn't feel good, I do a brief little meditation that I, in the moment, decide what's going to feel best, right? So we center, we ground. I open the records. I say the records are open. And then I get some of the clairs when I'm in the records. I have some of the clairs all the time, but when I'm really like in that state. I don't taste or smell things. That's a lie. I smelled something one time.
You never know. Sometimes
you never know.
things
For
come
the
the way they
most
come.
part, yeah, for the most part, I'm just a sense of knowing, I'm hearing, I'm seeing, and I'm totally insane, and you guys know this, and I very much embrace it. But sometimes, like, if I feel like I'm seeing something, I literally cover my eyes with my hands. I'm like, hold on. Oh yes.
I love it.
like an
Oh my God.
absolute nutcase.
Love it.
So that's what comes through for me, and I try to really, and I say this to clients, cut me off, right? I am going to try to channel. I also say to clients, sometimes things come to me so in a certain way so I can describe it to you. That doesn't mean it's exactly what happened to you, but I could be like, oh, I'm trying to think of an example. I'm seeing a full moon. My relationship with the full moon is this, this, and this. How does that resonate for you? Like sometimes I think the records will show things the best way that I can describe them to the client.
Right.
You know?
Right. Like you're like a conduit for
yeah,
information.
yeah. And I try to just stay out of my own way. And also I try to just be honest. I'll be like, I don't know what this means. I'm seeing a sunflower. Does that mean anything to you? And they'll say yes or they'll say no. And it's very funny. There are times where I'm like, oh, I'm really seeing a sunflower. And they're like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. They're like, but that means nothing. And then in 3 weeks, I get an email. Oh my gosh, I saw the sunflower and it was this and this and this. And I just bought a house and there's sunflowers growing in the back. Like, it's always very interesting.
Yeah.
When that
amazing.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm hearing this, I'm seeing this. It feels like there's a breeze. I'm seeing the color blue. Like it's all very, and then we talk, right? So that's a little bit about what I experience.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think everyone is, like I said, I think everyone's different. I feel like some people have that experience in the records of like taking the book, opening the book, finding the page with your question. That's just not how I roll.
Yeah. It sounds like there's a lot of different like schools of thought around it too. It's
yeah. I mean, sometimes I wish I was like having a visual of a book. How cool would that be?
Yeah, right. Oh, I'm going into my Akashic library and like
yeah,
I've got the ladder and I can swing down like Belle.
Your Dewey Decimal System of just time and space.
Yeah, into the Rolodex. Yes.
But I mean, I think that's such a misconception, though. A lot of people, of course, thanks to movies and the media and TV, that the idea that any sort of divination is going to be so black and white, so clear of like, yes, I can see here all of your past lives. You were Cleopatra. You were burned at the stake in Salem. Like, by the way, they didn't burn witches at the stake. But like, anyway, I think, I think that that's such a common misconception, because I think from what we've learned from a lot of our different like divination witches who we've had on the podcast is these messages do come through in a more ephemeral kind of,
vague and woo-woo.
looser way. It's really up to the, what did you say, Em?
I said vague and woo-woo.
Yes,
like,
vague and
look,
woo-woo.
I'm giving
and
you
it's
a
up to the
sunflower.
practitioner to be able to interpret, and be that translator. Yeah,
totally.
Very vague, very woo-woo, 100%.
I mean, that's the nature of the universe, right? Like,
yes.
There aren't a lot of definitives.
I love that. So I want to talk a little bit more about the past lives thing, though, because I think that is something that is very intriguing to both us and also people who do seek out Akashic records. So what does that tend to look like, or what have, any examples you can give with obviously like protecting privacy and stuff? When you have had querents that have inquired about their past lives, what is that process like? And what have you been finding in your open records experiences?
Yeah, so when we're in the records are already open, right? So I just sort of ask the question of the masters, teachers, and loved ones, which I refer to in the pathway prayer. And the masters, teachers, and loved ones refer to sort of your spiritual team, or my teacher Christina Cross calls them your spiritual cheerleaders, and I love it.
Aww,
I love it so much. And so masters, teachers, loved ones. Masters is sort of this level of just like laser beams in the sky, like just never had a form, very woo, right? And then teachers, maybe they had a form, maybe they didn't. Um, this could be like archangels, things like that. Loved ones. That's your family. That's your pets. That's things with a form that have passed on into the spiritual realm. And so we're really calling on your whole group of spiritual cheerleaders. And then the record's already open. So if someone asks about a past life, I just kind of dive in. Some might have additional questions or additional things that they do. I just sort of ask the spiritual cheerleaders and we go from there. And I find that past lives can come up a lot around relationships. There can really be like, if someone is your kid, it's probably not your first time meeting them.
Wow.
Interesting.
Probably not. That's like something I've experienced. Or
I love that.
yeah, or if someone, I feel like I've talked to so many people and I haven't met a ton of like brand new people. Though I did work with someone that I was like, you were literally an angel. It like came through so strongly. I've never felt anything like it.
Wow.
And they were like, oh my God, I feel that. Yes, that's what I think. That's what I was like, no, it's so real. Like it sounds crazy, but I don't have another way of describing it. I was like, your last life, you were literally like an angel, a fairy, like just a light, like a being of light. And they were like, it really brought up a lot for them because that was something that they had connected with. That's
And
kind of
now
a,
they have to be immortal. So
I
sad.
know, bummer.
Stuck in the flesh prison again.
What is that show? Oh God, it has David Tennant and
Good Omens.
Yeah, it feels very Good Omens to me.
Oh, I never saw
And
that.
It's cute.
fun.
It's very cute. Well, I've only seen the first season, so I don't know. But
The second season's good too.
Yeah.
The second season is what made me think of that specifically. But anyway, how wild that person was
Very
formerly
cool.
a being of light. That's wow.
It
I
was
would like
insane.
flaunt that everywhere. I feel like I'm not working today. I was an angel.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I've literally been an angel, so no.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to think what else with past
Fascinating.
lives. Sometimes any sort of like lingering, not necessarily injury, but it could be injury. Like someone's like, I've always had issues with my back. That could be a past life thing, and you're carrying it. It could be an ancestral thing, and you're carrying it. Why am I so afraid of the dark? Like these are all things that could be related to a past life, and they aren't always, right? But sometimes they could be. Sometimes the answers are very, very simple, or just in asking the question, the person like has a realization and they're like, I don't want to ask that. Like I know the answer to that. And sometimes it's very like deeply rooted in past life relationships and such.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting.
And
That's
who they
really
were in past lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you I just looked it up quickly. Our listener who found us, she was traveling on a trip to Sedona, so that's why I thought Southwest. I don't know if she's from there originally. But she mentions PTSD. I'm wondering, like, has working with trauma or people who or like queerans who've come to you who do have trauma or PTSD, how has that shown up for you in those Akashic Record sessions?
Oh, very good question. So I always say to everyone, I am not a therapist, and I believe everyone should use all of the tools in their toolbox. Woo woo, regular doctors, like everything that you can. So I don't think I've ever had someone talk to me about PTSD in the records. That being said, trauma in general, I try to really approach it, one, as the reader being honest with the client about what I can and cannot offer. Trying to hold a space for them that feels very safe. I've done, I guess you could call me a trauma-informed healer. I've done trauma-informed healer trainings. And so, setting up a room in a way that feels safe, just all of those things, right? And then sometimes it can be a pattern that they're doing over and over again.
Mm.
And sometimes it has nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm also the type of reader, I truly believe the world is sometimes chaotic.
Mhm.
And there are times, this was not a person that had PTSD or severe trauma, so I don't want anyone to get these things confused at all. But I remember I was working with someone. Oh, I'm trying to think of like a way to say it without sharing details, but it was like, it was, they were experiencing something that they had done to others in their past lives.
Oh, wow.
And
Like almost a
so,
karmic
oh,
retribution.
yeah, it felt like a bit of a karmic moment. And sometimes that's the case, and sometimes it's just not.
Mhm.
Sometimes there's nothing you could have done. Sometimes there's a car accident and it has nothing to do with who you were in a past life. And that's just something. And then, the records can really be used for like, how do we move forward? How do I
Mhm.
heal this so I'm not passing this along?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, how do I heal my ancestral line moving forward? Um, so, yeah, trauma is a very interesting thing to work with. And it sounds like, did you say Kelsey found a lot of healing through the records and PTSD? Um, and that's also something we can do since I work with Reiki as well. And I do believe you can heal in the records without Reiki. You don't need 15 modalities in every session. Um, I do like using all my tools in the toolbox, like I said. So it can be sort of this beautiful moment of sitting with someone. And if there is something from like not even a past life, but their inner child, and we can sit with their
Mm.
inner child and send Reiki, and they can talk with them, and they can, we can hold space for that healing of that inner child, which can be really helpful. But yeah. So yeah, I just am I think these tools are so beautiful, and of course I am sure that there are times that these tools do heal PTSD. And I am not a healer that would say, come to me to heal your PTSD.
Right, right. It must be very emotional, these sessions, just overall from what you've described.
Yeah.
It's a very open, vulnerable place to be with another human.
Mm.
You're being very open and vulnerable. Do you find after each session that you feel drained or like renewed? How is your energy level after you practice with someone?
That's a great question. So I did my Reiki. I actually did crystal trainings first, but then I also started doing Reiki during that time. And a big part of my Reiki training, I'm trained in the Usui method, is that it's a channel. I'm a channel. I'm not taking, I'm not giving. It's a channel. That doesn't mean things don't impact me, but I've worked very hard on having that sort of be a boundary. And of course, there are times where I keep thinking about that person. Dang, that's really tough. Of course, I'm a human. Um, but I would say for the most part, I don't feel drained after. I feel quite energized. Though sometimes, and this is, we're not talking about Reiki today. We're not. But when I do
Reiki's
Reiki
welcome
sessions,
here.
Yeah, everything's welcome.
We can talk about all modalities.
I'm about to admit something. I find
Ooh.
sometimes I want to go to sleep when I'm giving Reiki because it's just like the room is so chill, and like sometimes the person's so chill, and I'm like, can I just I'll come under the blanket and we'll just snuggle together.
Double nap time. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
no,
Yeah.
but and another thing that I had to work on, and I had a teacher plant this seed a long time ago, and I don't recall who, so I apologize. But when someone books a session with me, they're booking, let's say, an hour of my time. And sometimes you hear things that are really difficult to hear. And I would find myself like thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. And I had to, the way the teacher was phrasing it is like, that's actually a misuse of their time. And I'm crossing a boundary. They've booked an
Mm.
hour of my time, and I need to stop, you know? Um, that doesn't mean I don't care. That doesn't mean, if in a few days I'm like, oh my God, I had a realization. Or like, oh, yes, I remembered the website I wanted to send you. Sure, sure, sure. That's fine. But that was really a lesson for me when I started doing this type of work because it's hard because you want to help everyone and you want, like, it is, my gosh, I'm going to get emotional. This is like the honor of my life is being able to like hold space for people. I really like. It is such an honor. I'm so grateful. And then I want to like fix everyone. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, you guys, I love to talk, but yeah, it's just like the greatest honor of my life
We love
is
to
like
listen to you.
that people trust me with these
Yeah.
things and trust
Yeah.
me to sit with them and guide them through healing. That's another thing I always say, and I feel like a lot of people are aligned on this. I am not healing you. I'm holding
Mm.
space for you.
Mhm.
We're working
Mm.
together. Yeah, I have tools. I've taken classes and courses, and I'm trained to do these specific things, but I'm not doing any of it.
Mhm.
You're doing all of it. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just creating the container. So yeah, it will never cease to amaze me and just so grateful. But yeah, that doesn't mean it's not hard sometimes because people really are so vulnerable and incredible and share things that are really hard to hear and hard to imagine another person going through. And it just takes practice.
Yeah.
It just takes practice. So if anyone out there is like wanting to get into this, it's nothing to be scared of. I know I just cried a little bit. I'm a Pisces, so sue me. But like, it is so, God, this might sound terrible, but it's so beautiful and rewarding to be able to be a container for some or create a container for someone else. So nothing to be scared of. You get better at it with practice, but it really is about setting those boundaries. And I've gotten really good at it. And I have people that I work with over and over again. And of course, I remember the through lines. But sometimes I'll be like, remember what I said last time? And I'm like, I've forgotten. I've somehow gotten really good at like the session ends, I walk you out, and 20 minutes later, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what we talked about.
That's good. I feel like
Yeah.
that's such a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, boundaries are so important, I think, across the
Yeah.
board for everyone. Everyone should have boundaries. I, as someone who never had any, I'm a very big proponent of them. It's something I'm always learning.
Yeah.
So, what a beautiful way to describe your gifts and your talents. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, well we're moving forward in time here, but before we move on to like card drawing and that kind of thing, I do have one more question, which is like, what drew you to the Akashic Records, and or what was your first experience of it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, I would love to tell you. So I was working at Maha Rose at the time, and I love Maha Rose. They're just really far away in Brooklyn now, but Brooklyn peeps, go to Maha Rose. And Christina Cross was doing these Akashic Records trainings. And y'all, Google Christina Cross when you have a moment, because she is this woman who, well, I think she still lives in Florida. It doesn't really matter, but she just wears these like tie-dye floor-length dresses. Like she would walk into Maha Rose and like she was the sun. Like every time I didn't even know who she was the first time I saw her. I was just like, like she just is a radiant sunbeam, amazing, so nice. I just was like, what is she teaching? I have to take that class. She's so cool. She's so cool. And I feel like I don't have any specific examples or memories, but I feel like she could have been like, I got hit by a taxi. It's the best day ever. Like, there's just something about her that it's not toxic positivity, but she's just, and I am not a love and light witch, but she is love and light.
Wow.
I've never experienced anyone like her before. So,
awesome.
Yeah, she was like doing these trainings, and I didn't know. I was like, Akashic, what?
A who and the where now?
Who? Yeah, exactly. But she was so magnetic and fantastic and kind and everything. And I was like, I don't care what she's teaching. I'm taking that class. And that's what I did. And then I was hooked because it's absolutely incredible. And there's so much, there's such a sense of being held. And again, I'm not love and light, but when you're in the records, there is a sense of being held and cared for and loved and known, being seen and known that just feels beautiful. We don't often get to walk around in that state. Even the people that meditate every day and are perfect, there's nothing like being in the Akashic Records. It's just like often it's just like, oh, I feel very safe.
Wow.
So that's what drew me to it, and that's what keeps me coming back. I'm obsessed.
I'm so intrigued. I want to learn more. I have a follow-up question to that.
Yeah.
So how would you say that Akashic Records differ from, say, kind of regular, quote unquote, regular mediumship or psychic, readings.
Ooh. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just like,
No.
No, that was
good
it.
question.
Yeah.
That is such a good question. I am not a psychic or a medium, so I don't have any personal experience of like how it feels different, which I wish
It
I
sounds very
did.
similar from what you're describing to like what we've heard from our psychic medium friends. And like I took a psychic mediumship course last year with our friend Emily Grote, and we didn't go into anything specific in terms of like the records, right? But in terms of how the messages came through, we talked about the clairs, like we learned about those. We like definitely did certain meditations to like go into other planes of consciousness to access messages however they came to you. But I'm just curious, yeah, if it seems to me almost kind of like from what you're describing, I don't want to call it like a subset in the sense that it's less than, but maybe just like a
like a different system for
Yeah.
accessing
Yeah,
some similar
adjacent.
information. Yeah.
adjacent. Yeah, thank you. I was doing a
Parallel.
motion to show horizontal and I didn't know how to describe that. I was like,
Great.
next to. Yeah, adjacent. That's the word.
Yeah, no, I would believe that for sure, yeah, I got no idea. I'm gonna be honest. I've never done it. I got no idea. But I
Because
would.
I feel like you are psychic. I feel like you're, well, I think you're very intuitive. It's
Sure.
like, these are words, right? Like, how do we
Yeah.
use these words and what do they mean? But I would call you a psychic.
Oh my God, why thank you. No, I mean, I don't think I'm not. I just would never be like, it's not how I describe my relationship with my divination tools, and maybe that's what it all boils down to. But I'm certain they're similar, and I'm certain there's crossover, and I am 100% in agreement with you that, or agreement, I don't know, that they're very like same but different, parallel buddies holding hands. They're the Shining Twins.
The Shining Twins. I love that.
Yeah, I feel like who knows the secrets of the universe, but I feel like when we've talked to like mediums like Emily Grote, a lot of that is about like receiving, like being a straw for like messages coming down, whereas like visualization wise, at least, the records are like what's all around us, right?
I definitely think the records are what's around us, above us, below us. I think here's a thought I'm having in the moment. Perhaps if you're medium, if you're a medium or a psychic, perhaps the goal is more specific, channeling a person, an entity. And when I'm in the records, I love how you said that, Emily. We're poking around. We're seeing what's here, what's there. And of course, depending on the question, maybe we are trying to talk to Dad or whatever the case may be. But perhaps it's more just maybe it's all the same thing. We're all in the same energetic soup. Yes!
Yay, soup.
I am
season.
psychic because I thought soup the moment you said it. So, boom, psychic. No, I'm sure we're probably all in the same soup, but we're just approaching it differently. I have a very wide approach.
And there are so many different schools of like mediumship also, or like the idea of like psychic readings or whatever else, that those are not a monolith at all either.
Well, yeah, I love, like you said in the beginning, everyone practices differently. Everyone finds what exactly works for them. That's a very big thing about us on this show that we're always talking about.
A big sparkly umbrella,
It's a big sparkly umbrella, and you do the research and then you find what works for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, should we draw a card?
Draw a card.
Laura, do you want to draw a card? Bring a
Please
guest
draw
deck
a
in?
card. You have the best cards.
Oh my God, yes. Let's actually pull a tarot card because I have the Iris Oracle deck and I love this deck so much and it's very intense. So let's do one card from the tarot deck because I find this deck, while sassy, is nicer. No offense, Iris Oracle deck.
Like nicer as in kinder?
I think so. I don't know.
That's so
Watch us.
funny.
Watch us just pull like the tower.
Three
And
of Swords.
Yeah, the Three of Swords falls out next to it. No.
I love how different decks have different vibes, different attitudes.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have a card. Shut up.
What just happened?
We have the devil reversed.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hello.
Ooh.
No, but I feel like this is a thing that sort of everyone is going through. Okay, ladies,
Yes.
I'm not an astrologer, so help me. Don't help me here. But I know enough that I know that there's all sorts of changes. 'Tis the season for changes. And also, like, so I think something's happening with Saturn. Ugh. But
That's true.
I-
Kate, you're probably the person who knows the most here about what's going on astrologically at any
I
given
know
moment.
nothing. Yeah, Kate, tell us.
Oh no, I'm Googling right now.
Anywho, I know there's themes lately and just themes and the people I'm talking to of like what's not working anymore.
Yeah.
What is not working? Like we can't do it. And I think it's Saturn doing something, but so the devil reversed with the devil. We know them, we love them, and in a lot of decks, including this one, there's this sort of you got people chained up. Right? And I'm totally stealing this from Sutton. Shout out to Sutton. But I love when she pulls the devil and she said, it's bondage, but not the fun kind. Sutton Crawford, everyone. Look her up. She's a dream come true. But I stole that from her. And so for me, I do read reversals, obviously. I do not think reversals are inherently negative or the opposite of the card or anything like that. I view it as the energy of the card is still quote unquote on the table. But when it's upright, it's flowing. When it's reversed, perhaps it's not flowing as much. So, with the devil, what is going on in your life that you feel chained to, but not in a sexy way, not in a fun way? What is, like, the devil to me is also a little hustly. Like, it's just this little, like, stay 15 minutes late. Your boss is going to be so impressed. Just do one more email.
Yeah. I always think of it as the devil on my shoulder that's being like, one more drink.
Interesting.
One more.
Yeah, just one more.
project,
One more drink.
Yeah.
One more.
Whatever it wants, it's always like
Yeah,
whispering.
press snooze. Just one more time.
Yeah, it's
Right?
okay.
And so
Damn that devil.
God damn the devil. No, but I think in the reverse, really the guidance here is perhaps we are vividly, wildly aware of our devils on our shoulders. So what are we doing about it? I feel like the reverse is, all right, what are we doing about it? Like, there's something to me with the devil upright that maybe we aren't looking at it fully, or that's, at least that's what's coming through in this moment. Every reading's different. The cards next to it are different.
100%.
We all know this. But there's something about the devil where it's a little like, oh, we have to realize this. And I think right now what I'm hearing is in the reverse, we know. So what are we doing about it?
Yeah. The other thing I think of when I think of the devil is the shadow self. And like,
Yes.
are you looking at your shadow self? And like, are you talking to it? And are you thinking about it? Like, and if you're
Yes, I
blocked
have
from your
another
shadow
deck.
self, you know.
My Vinder tarot deck, they call the devil the shadow.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, interesting. I love that.
Spot on.
I know. I can't help but keep thinking about the fact that this is actually coming out in a couple weeks, and so what is? I'm like, what is the energy then?
I am
like,
blocked
what?
from that
so,
shadow.
Because I feel like this is almost not prophetic, but like a little bit in a way. Because I was like, oh yeah, I know that like recently Pluto and Neptune were doing some stuff this weekend that was hard. I know, like we just had a new moon, but we're thinking like 2-3 weeks into the future, so I don't know. I'm so curious how this will manifest.
Oh, I'm so curious how it'll manifest. There also is something in 2-3 weeks, maybe we have done something about it, right? Maybe the devil is reversed because it's like, I know, I'm literally doing it.
Yeah, I'm on it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. It's like okay, like sometimes some of the sword cards reversed, I like to think of them sometimes as like the 10 of swords. Sometimes I'm like, okay, you're coming out of it, or like you're pulling the swords out. Some, depending on the reading. So that's a nice reversal reading sometimes.
Yes, totally.
You're in the process of moving on.
Yeah.
I love this though. I love it.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been getting the devil a lot lately. I've been thinking about that devil. Like,
maybe it was picking up on your energy. Em.
Yeah. Maybe I'm sending the devil your way. Sorry.
I love it.
Sympathy for the devil. I have a very like conflicted relationship with the devil personally, just because I was getting it a lot when I was with a certain ex, and I did not want to listen at all.
I hate when that happens when you're like, no.
Yeah, it kept coming up, and then like eventually I would also get the Empress in like a future position, and then the Empress came reversed, and I was like, oh, okay.
Fine.
Like, you're really threatening me now. Got it. Like, that was like 3 or 4 readings later. I was like, okay, I'll listen. Fine. He's not good for me. Willing enslavement and all.
Bondage.
Bondage, but not the good
bondage.
kind.
Yeah.
Well, friends, this has been so fun.
Speaking of bondage,
yeah,
friends.
Tell everyone, Laura, how they can find you, hire you, work with you, get to know you. I'm always recommending you to people who ask. We love you and your gifts. How can folks get in touch?
Yes, so you can find me on the social medias at Golden Willow Healing. I just made a TikTok. I hate it, but I'm on there now too. So Golden Willow Healing.
I can't wait to follow you.
It's just more chaos. I'm very connected to my chaos and my silliness, and so it's a lot of that. So Golden Willow Healing on the socials, goldenwillowhealing.com for my full website. I've got my whole calendar up there of events and workshops and all that good stuff. There's some great outlines on my website. Oh, I worked very hard on them. So if you're like, what's a rune reading like? You can find that on my website. I've made little snippets. And that also will, a pop-up will show up. I am doing a newsletter again. Can you believe it? She's writing. I tell you, it comes out at a certain clip, but it comes out when I feel like it. But I do have a newsletter. And then my website can also direct you to, it's got little buttons to email me. You know how the internet works. So find that button and it'll send me a mail.
Wow. You're really living in the future.
Wow.
The future is now.
Amazing.
And Sacred Space Astoria. I do a lot of in-person stuff there. Yep.
Yes.
I'm so psyched to check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll post all these links and more and references, everything that you spoke about on our website at witchcastpodcast.com. So if you forget Golden Willow Healing for some reason, you found the book.
There it is.
So yeah, this is not the science book.
Okay.
I gave that one away. No, so this is Linda Howe's How to Read the Akashic Records. And I think everyone can read their own Akashic Records. I just think it's an incredible tool that we all have access to. And if that's something that you're interested in, I like this book, though you can get thee to Google and find a different access pathway, prayer, or whatever feels better to you. But if what I talked about sounds like it's your jam, How to Read the Akashic Records, Accessing the Archive of the Soul and Its Journey by Linda Howe. It goes through everything. And so, I think everyone can read their own records. I think it's a little bit different if you just decide, like, pay me $100. Like, I do think, like, really sit with it, really hone your skills before you just start reading for other people. But everyone can read their own records. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's very gentle and loving and all of that good stuff. So yeah, wanted to throw that in there.
Thank you so much.
That's great. Thank you. We'll definitely link to that book on our website as well. And you can follow us on Instagram at Witchcast Podcast and shoot us an email. We love these suggestions, so please keep them coming at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and of course we have our website, witchcastpodcast.com, as well as the Instagram and the email. And while you're out there on the internet, you know what you can always do? You are welcome to leave us a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you get fine podcasts like this one, but especially Apple Podcasts because it does help people find us.
Yes.
And it also, we love it. It gives us a little confidence boost.
It makes our days.
Kind of a win-win. Thanks again for listening. And Laura, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us.
Thank you, ladies.
We love you so much.
Love being here. Love you both.
Right back at you.
No.
And until next time,
Hex yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.